darkling I listen, and for many a time I have been half in love with easeful death, called him soft names in many a mused rhyme, to take into the air my quiet breath. Now more than ever seems it rich to die, to cease upon the midnight with no pain, while thou art pouring forth thy soul abroad, in such an ecstasy. Still wouldst thou sing, and I have ears in vain, to thy high requiem become a sod. So this is an excerpt from a Keats poem that I read a few years ago during one of my first years in uni in a Brit Lit course, and it's really stuck with me, I think, because it's really somber, and I just eat that up, but also because of the way that my professor spoke about Keats and his writing. He told us that Keats died very young, when he was 25, due to tuberculosis, and he also said that, Keats's worldview, the way he viewed people and the natural world, and the way he imparted upon us his view of that only someone who knew that they would die young could do that. And it made me begin to think about all the artists and musicians and other people that I've been fascinated with throughout my life, who were incredible in their fields and, trailblazers, but also died tragically young, and the way in which we think about them and speak about them. But this video isn't really about that, and to be honest, I don't really know what the video is about, because at the root of it, I just wanted to string together some images and videos of, this last month in England as an update of what I've been up to. And as I began to collect the videos I wanted to edit together, I felt like it would be so dishonest to just make a cute, voiceover and describe to you what you were seeing on the screen, because describing to you what you're seeing on the screen doesn't in any way allow you to know how I feel about those images, or how I felt in the moment, or how I felt when I put my camera down and when I was just in the moment, So as I kept coming through the footage, some of the images I saw really resonated with me for a couple different reasons. And last year I lost someone who I was very close to, and at this point I've just started to get used to the idea that I'll never get over their death, and that's okay. I'll just deal with that every day. But losing this person reignited within me a fear that I've had, since childhood. I think I've always been afraid of the permanence of death and the unpredictability of it, and the things that happened last year just sort of reminded me of that and really stoked that fire again. And since then I've been trying to be kind to myself and determine how I could approach the reality of the inescapable the inescapable reality that I will die. And it hasn't been as hard as I thought. There are a multitude of distractions. I see my friends, I drink, I have a nice time, I get lost in those moments with them, and I genuinely feel loved and I feel safe when I'm able to take in all the benefits of those connections. And I think that essentially life, or at least my life, is all about those connections that I will make and the connections that I have made, and pouring love into those connections, because there's nothing else that of course there's goals and things I'd like to achieve and places I'd like to go, but at the end of the day, I think what's most important to me is the bonds that I create, while I'm here. And, it's not always easy. I'm emotionally stunted, and I can't always be honest about how I feel with the people around me. But these aren't permanent afflictions, and so I don't feel so bad about them because I know, I won't be here forever, and neither will those things. Hopefully those things go away before I do, though. Fingers crossed, but, we'll see. And hanging out with my friends, traveling, seeing the world, making these connections, these are all really good distractions. But the greatest distraction lies within those first few moments that I showed at the top of the video. Okay, I won't keep you guessing for too long, so let's just run it back. Right, here we go.
If you were like, I'm here, that are there, there's people there.
I'd be like, oh, I'm not paying attention. Someone can exploit that. When I interrupted these moments to capture and replay them at a later time, I did so because I wanted to reproduce the stillness and the contentment that I felt. When I'm sitting outside, overwhelmed at the height of the trees all around me and the sounds, it's so easy to forget about all the things that I hate thinking about. Not impossible, mind you, but just easier. It's not a cure, but it helps.
Friends, one's like making you sympathize and one's just putting you in the position.
And the more I think through it, the more I realize that I'm clearly a person who needs to be around other people. I need to be making these connections. I really feed off of that sort of energy. And I spent so much of my childhood, my teenage years, and even the first couple of years of college, isolating myself and putting up these walls and not allowing people to get close to me and not spending an excessive amount of time, outside of school with people because I was struggling with, various things, but I wouldn't allow anyone in, and I was so sad and depressed during those years. And it obviously, I think because now things are improving, I think my lifestyle's changed, and the biggest change is that, well, I moved across the Atlantic Ocean, but also I spend more time outside with people, doing things that I like, doing things that make me happy, and I am a happier person than I have been, for my entire life. And obviously I'm not saying that, oh, like, you're sad, yeah, we'll just go take a walk. That's not what I'm saying, but it helped me. I don't know, and a part of me wants to speculate and think about how my life could have been different if I had been a more social person my entire life, the whole time I was growing up. But that's like useless because I'm here now and I'm this person now, and I can't change who I was then because then I change who I am now, and it's not possible to do anyway, and I don't think I'd even want to because I went through all that, so I'd have this knowledge, whatever. It's just like a never-ending cycle. And I'd like to apologize. This was meant to be a video updating you about what England's been like, and it's kind of that, but it's also an update about what I've been like and what I've been thinking about. And I don't know, thank you for just participating in this examination, this autopsy. Oh my God, poor choice of words. Anyway, thanks.